Hey guys, today's video is very, very different, as you could already tell. So back in like 2016, I made this stand-up comedy set because I was going to be on America's Got Talent. Well, I wanted to be, right? I never signed up or anything like that, but I wanted to be, and I wanted to do a stand-up comedy set. So I wrote one, and since this will never see the light of day, right? It's really, really dated. Obviously, right? It was made in like 2016. It's really dated. I will never go up on any stage and say any of this shit. So here it is for you today. So in order for this to work, you have to really just close your eyes this entire comedy special and pretend that you're in the audience at a stand-up show of mine. Brownsmagic comedy special. Brownsmagic's Netflix comedy special, right? Without further ado, I give you my comedy special, Sex Crime. Hey, how's everyone doing tonight? Good? Good? Okay, good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. It's really good to hear that you guys are doing good because by looking at the news, it doesn't look like a lot of people are doing so hot. No, really, look at the news. The news has been so upsetting lately. It seems like everyone nowadays is a sex predator. You never know who's the next sex predator. Not for real. Like, this girl in the front, she's looking at her date like, damn, he might be a fucking sex predator. Sis, he might be. What'd you say? Oh, he's your brother? Oh, shit, still. You never know nowadays. Like, even everyone's most beloved celebrities are falling victim to being predators. Seems like every 3 days, Bill Cosby has a new headline. How many sex crimes has he committed? Like, y'all don't got his old ass in jail yet? You better hurry up before he dies a free man. Yeah, the news is just really negative. Like, it's 7 a.m., I roll out of bed, made me some nice toast, eggs, if I'm feeling whiskey. The first thing I hear in the morning should not be Bill Cosby has been accused of another sex crime. Nothing should start off that negative. Not even eulogies start off that bad. Think about it. Eulogies always start off, I know poor Granny died at 98, but Granny knew how to fucking party, and she didn't go down without swinging, right? They start off with all the cool shit Granny did first, right? Yeah, Granny fucking threw a lit house party in the 90s, right? Granny fucking... When you went to Granny's house, she let you sneak a bunch of boys and stuff over, right? Granny was the shit. You don't start that shit off with, yeah, Granny had rheumatoid arthritis or whatever the fuck. Granny died. She shit herself in the bed before she died, and it was just awful. It looked like she saw a fucking ghost. You don't do Granny like that. You don't do Granny like that. You don't start off a eulogy that bad even. Why should my morning start off that bad? Now, to start my set, our culture today is obsessed with death, right? I thought of this years ago, but it still applies. I have a friend who says, I love dying every single day. Literally, quote, I love dying. It's slightly alarming, not because of its depressive value, but how is it that you can die more than once? That's always interested me every time she'd say it. So she's a cat, I guess. That's another thing that fucking gets on my nerves today. We got the depressing news, death everywhere. Then we got emo bands. Fucking hate emo bands. Everybody wants to be emo. Like, guys, I thought we left that back in middle school. When the real Avril Lavigne was alive. When Obama was president. Pluto was a planet. It's real sad when you have to accept the fact that grunge culture is the only time when black is considered cool. And I don't mean cool as in like, wow, those black people are so cool, like a bunch of white people observing some black people in their natural habitat. Their swagger is so cool. I don't mean in that way. I mean like you, a white person, wants to be black. You want black. Only time that ever happens is grunge culture. You want black. And even then, it's not the skin. But yeah, I love being black, very proud to be black. I was the only black girl in my English class. Black History Month was always fun. Everybody looks at me when anybody mentions slavery. Pitiful stares over the shoulders, making sure I'm okay, Teacher trying so hard not to look me in the eye. They're like, who can tell me what the Underground Railroad was? And then accidentally look at me. They're like, sorry, oops. Everyone holds back tears. They're all choked up. Slavery must have been so hard for you. Slavery was 400 years ago. Or it lasted 400 years. I don't fucking really know. Either way, I've been alive for 22 years. I'm fine. Thank you. I grew up in a house with 5 other children. It's the only evidence I really have of all those stories. My mom would tell me that she was so hot in the 80s. I have a real lazy mom. Where it counts. Mom would make one big pot of spaghetti every 2 weeks and wouldn't cook anything else until that son of a bitch was gone. Fuck. It was like, fuck, Mom, this is the 7th night we're having spaghetti in a row. Can you get some meatballs to go with it? Damn! Yeah. Being in competition with 5 other siblings was never fun. I was always left with the chicken wing with hardly any meat on it and a scoop of 2-week-old spaghetti by the time I got out of school. It was just never fun. I never knew a full plate of pasta. Mom only cooked bi-weekly, So by the time we were 8, we knew how to conserve our rations like soldiers. Straight up U.S. Marines. So yeah, I grew up never knowing a full plate of pasta. That is until I discovered Olive Garden. So the first time I went to Olive Garden, we went as a graduation present, you graduated high school, congratulations, nice, good job, I've only ever heard bad reviews about the place. Portions so small, more crumbs in my bra now than there was food on the plate, I was like, Dad, you walk out on the family, come back for graduation, and take me here? Let's hope Dad doesn't listen to that one, but, he never really did support anything I do, so. Chances of him listening to this are nil. I was caught off guard by how much food was on my plate. They brought it out, I got the little plates already on the table, ready to give everybody their order. And the waiter comes by and with these big ass fucking plates, mountains of fucking food. I'm like, sir, we only have 1 round each. But what Olive Garden really did for me was, besides deliver the best fucking fettuccine Alfredo I've ever had in my life, besides give me that, Olive Garden really just showed me why everyone nowadays is poor and obese. Yeah. They charge you a brick for the food, and as compensation, they give you more food than you could feasibly eat. So basically what you get is the pot of spaghetti that my mom used to make for us, but someone else is cooking it now. And you have all the pressure in the world to finish your plate. You don't want to take it home because once it hits the microwave, it's garbage. It's dog food. So you sit there and you eat the entire fucking plate. And then 2 years later, you fucking wake up and you realize that you just can't fit clothes anymore. You can't wear jeans anymore. You gotta just fucking wear sweatpants and sweatsuits. You fucking look like an animal now. You wear fucking animal print clothes and it's just a fucking downhill fucking road from Olive Garden. So in other words, I know I spoke positively of Olive Garden, but nah, I don't recommend it. Upon further review. But yeah, I'm getting a little chubbier as the weather is changing, The fact that I said that is a good thing. It's important to be self-aware. Speaking of self-awareness, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 7. which means I could date other 7s. I'd consider a 6 on a bad day, and if I'm having a good week, I could go for an 8, you know? Your number is really like an iPhone. An iPhone 8 can't FaceTime the iPhone 4. It just can't be done. It's impossible. But it's important to know your number. You know, seeing a bunch of 6s in the crowd right now, actually. I wonder if you know you're a 6. You know, probably not, because self-awareness isn't as common as people would think. You know, despite the phrase common sense being called common sense, it's not too common. Same thing goes for self-awareness. But yeah, your number is important in society. It's really important to know your rank. A 5 approached me one day. He's like, "Oh, can I get your number?" I was like, "Oh, I don't have a phone." You know, like, you gotta think of something quick. I don't have a phone. I said with a big ass phone impression in my front pocket. You know how fucking big iPhones are nowadays. They're fucking ginormous, fucking gigantic fossil fuel just sitting in your pocket. He's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, fuck, I got caught, you know, but I can't fucking let him know I was caught, or else he'll kill me or something. You know what men do nowadays. So I was like, it's my hip. And he's like, "Right, can I see it?" And I'm like, "You want to see my hip?" So I covered my body, right? And, 3 days later, he was on the news, and, yeah, he's serving 3 years for his sex crime. All right, thank you guys. You guys have been wonderful.
Stop